started by when a bodhisattva asked a question to Lord Buddha, and he asked him to clarify what was the true meaning of the sutras that Lord Buddha had taught, because he seemed to be saying something contradictory. He seemed to say that things had a self-existent nature, and then things had no self-existent nature. So he asked them to please explain. And from then on, about 300 years later, after Lord Buddha's explanation, Arya Asanga commented on those teachings, some with the help of Lord Maitreya. And about 1,000 years after that, Jason Kappa wrote a poem explaining the mind-only school, and specifically the hard parts of the mind-only school. And then no one understood that, so Jason Kappa wrote a commentary to that. And we didn't understand that, so we translated a commentary to that called The Golden Key. Please buy the book. And now we're going back to Jason Kappa's commentary with the information we got from The Golden Key to find out about the hardest parts of the mind-only school. Oops.
Good summary word, thank you. All right. So let me go to, here's a progress report on this very difficult mind-only text. We can finish in around February 2024. So give it 2 years, 2 more years, okay? And the finished book is gonna be, again, bigger than the Diamond Cutter commentary. And I just wanna say that, and I said it before and I'm not exaggerating, I never do. The book that Word already translated, I think it's the most important mind-only book in the world that you can buy in English, that you can get in English. So I really encourage you guys to get it. And then I really encourage Word to, for the rest of your life, explain that book to people, because it's a tough book. It's a hard book, okay? All right. Oh, so gang, I can hear you. Okay, here we go, Word.
Zeta de Chitar Mayin Shena.
Yeah. What's the conversation we're having here?
The conversation is about what's the connection between seeds and the foundation consciousness. Yeah. And are they the same thing? Are they different things? Is it somewhere in between?
Yeah, good. Is the refrigerator, are the seeds in the refrigerator of your mind, the kunshi, are they part of the refrigerator or are they separate from the refrigerator? Okay. Or even more deeply, is to be a seed to be the refrigerator, or is to be the seed not to be the refrigerator? Okay. And we already went through what, Word? Can you remember?
Yeah, we already went through arguments concerning is to be the seed to be the foundation consciousness.
Yeah, so what we said already was they are or they are not? Are they, so far in your last few classes, were we trying to say they were separate or they're not separate?
Neither.
No, but in the last section.
Oh, the last section was discussing whether or not they are the same.
Yeah, and then we said they're not the same, okay? Now we're gonna say they're not separate.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. And there's the root text that we already translated. Okay. This, what's it mean, word? Can you give us a little commentary? These 4 lines.
Um, yeah, they could never be separate. They can't be completely 2 different things, since then there would be 2 different foundation consciousnesses.
Okay.
Yeah,
What 2 things?
the seeds and the foundation consciousness cannot be 2 completely different things, because that would imply that you had more than one foundation consciousness.
Good. Nice. Good. Okay. Here we go. All right. Please read. And who I got here? Let me see. Dr. Kramer, you want to check him?
제타데나 속당 댄민당 속돈 강양민대 셋수축바당 속맨낭 유바당 속돈 메베 세양 중외치로.
Okay. So what's zeta dena means?
If it is the case that they're separate,
What?
if it is the case that seeds and the foundation conscious are separate,
Good. Subtang den min.
then dang dan here just means to possess. They would possess no form.
Yeah, they shouldn't have, since seeds don't have physical form, right? They are not physical. Okay. And since they are also not the Tsogdun.
They're not the other 7 consciousnesses, which aren't the other ones besides foundation consciousness.
Yeah, look, let's put it this way. We know the seeds are not physical in your mind, okay? We know they're not physical stuff. And we know they're not your mind, okay? None of the 7 kinds of awareness, okay? And the fact is, they exist, but they do have a real reality. They are real, okay? But you also find them in the formless realm, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And even when you don't have the Tsogdun, they jung.
They appear, they arise.
Yeah, good. Okay. You still have seeds if you don't have most of your mind. Okay, you still have seeds. So where are they? Here we go. Who was checking? Hey, Ellie, are you up for it? I know you've been sick.
Yeah, sure.
We got COVID together. It was a great pleasure. Okay.
테나 혼시 남시 니빠책 둔규 gula tendu na tenchikla kunshi namshe ni yupe chergyu tuma ni nguro.
Can you go slow, word, and let's try to thrash this out.
Okay. Te here refers to the previous paragraph.
Meaning, no, Dana means that person.
Oh,
it's not Dana. Okay. Good.
Oh, it's the being. Okay. If that person, Kunshi Namche, foundation consciousness, Nipa Chik, would have 2. That one guy would have 2.
Not exactly. Nipa-chik.
Oh, that wait. Oh, that would be that one would be 2.
Yeah, that guy would have a second kunshi. You see what I mean?
Yes.
Okay. Then that guy would have a second kunshi. Okay.
Yeah. It has to be the case. Tungurgu.
Yeah, good. And okay, what if I say word? Yeah, that sounds okay to me.
Yeah, if you agree to that.
Okay, good.
Yeah, if you agree to that, te tuna, tenchikla kunshi, then that one guy's mind the has two foundation consciousnesses.
Yeah, good.
Kunshi Namshi Ni Yupa. And because the Duma here is many, and that is that's too many foundation consciousnesses.
He would have multiple mind streams, right?
Yeah, he'd have, that's many minds.
Yeah, good. Okay, good. All right. So if the seeds are totally separate from the foundation consciousness, then since they aren't physical and since they aren't part of your mind, then there would have to be a second foundation consciousness in that person. And then there would be two people there, actually. Okay. And here's the other guy's reply. Okay, Word, here we go. And Nick wants to check you. Oh, yes.
Mangete semchiki ki quartus sumchong tuma njungwa tang kunshi tang tsokdong klenchik njukyang gyu tumar mingyurwa shinoshena.
Yeah, it's not easy, but it's not impossible. Here we go.
Okay.
Mange, here's the other guy's answer. Okay.
That's not certain.
Yeah, that's not necessarily true.
It's not necessarily true.
You can have Duma Semchung.
You can have plenty of mental functions that revolve or come accompany a single mind.
Great. But that doesn't mean you have to have many views.
Yeah, and yeah, that does not make it necessarily the case that you have a bunch of minds just because the seven consciousnesses are all coming together at once with a kunshi.
Yeah, you got seven kinds of consciousness working around one foundation mind. That doesn't mean you're 8 people. It's the same thing. Okay, you can have seeds that are separate from the refrigerator, but that doesn't mean there's 2 people. You can have all kinds of mental functions going on around a single main mind, and that doesn't mean you have 52 people there. Okay, got it? Okay, that's the other guy. And then we say, Tim, you are checking his pronunciation.
Mitsumte, semchikla tutenjuk la sokdun kunshi, chikla rakle te njuk ching kunshi, ni yuna, chikla mi tute, nika ten par, maybe, rang wang chen gi, namshi yin becher, kun sona neso.
Good. Okay. Then what's he saying? Word mitsun.
That's not equivalent. That is not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same. Just because you can have lots of mental functions and not have lots of minds going on, it doesn't mean that you could have multiple kunshis going on. Because
one mind doesn't rely upon.
It just tete here means relative to a single mind. Okay. Relative to a single mind. The juke.
The engagement, the use.
Yeah, the mind is engaging in objects relative to a single mind. Mm-hmm. All of those mental functions, for example, anger, desire, happiness, they're all aimed at the same object of the mind, like another person. That doesn't mean there's 6 people looking at another person, okay? Sokdun kunshi chikla rakde.
The 7 consciousnesses and that single foundation consciousness, the 7 consciousness depends upon the kunshi.
Good. Yeah. So think of kunshi as the main mind or the mother mind, And then, yeah, you got these other perceptions going on, but there's only one mother mind. Okay.
Mhm.
That's how they juke.
Mhm. That's how they engage.
That's how they engage in their objects by working together with a single foundation consciousness.
Mhm.
If there were two kunshis,
If there were two kunshis, then each one would not be able to perceive.
this term means depend.
Oh, now it means okay. Each okay, yeah. Yeah, each one would not be able to then be used or to depend upon.
Yeah, look, the seven consciousnesses, they rely upon the mother mind, the refrigerator. But if you had two mother minds, they wouldn't have an interaction because they're both the foundation of your whole mind. So they would, okay, if you had two kunshis going on inside of one head, you would have two different people because these are the main mind. Okay, got it? They and I think Nika Tembar would mean if it's correct, if this, can you check later, okay?
Yeah.
But
It's probably 10, like
both of them
depend on, right?
Well, this then with A, I think we had it before as the main mind cannot be ineffable.
Yeah, like the wind.
Yeah, cannot be ineffable because why?
Because if it was, it couldn't be, wouldn't be a good smearable place.
Nice. It couldn't be stained by karmic seeds. Okay. So what he's saying now is the refrigerator where the karmic seeds stay has to be solid enough to accept the influence of the karmic seeds. Therefore, it would have to be independent. And therefore, you would have two independent minds in one head. And therefore, you would have two people in one person. Okay? Rangwan Chenki Namshe, because the Kunshi is a Rangwan Chenki Namshe.
It's not, it functions on its own. It's a consciousness that functions without the aid of something else.
Yeah, as opposed to the
Tsokdun, Semchong.
And yeah, and
Pakchaks.
Nyunyi, yeah. Therefore, cheer, I'll give you $50 for Sona Ne.
Therefore, it is.
It's an idiom. It's an idiom.
Oh. I don't know. Therefore, I don't know. Therefore, it's a impossible place.
Cancel the bet. Sona nepa means when a logical fault remains in place despite the argument. Okay.
Sure.
Your faults in your thinking remain unmoved. Okay. That's right where you started from. Okay. Now we get into an interesting question. What's the next question word? You don't have to read it. Just tell us what it. So Kappa's making a segue.
Well, what about them seeds then?
Yeah. How do they name?
How do they stay?
Yeah. How does a seed stay in your mind? And that's, wow, this is nice. This is stuff we want to know about, right? All right. I'm going to skip the root text. And we're going to go straight to here. And I think Stanley wanted to check you.
Okay. Tang Tade Kangyang Minpa Techer Tengi Namshi Tela Chiktang Teda Kang Duyang Matropa Namshi Te Nupa Pagla Nelgi Moar Tak Yu Tamdu Nete.
Nice. This is very, very profound and very, very important for the mind-only school. And word, let's be brave and take a shot at it, okay? It's difficult. It's very difficult.
Sure. Okay, so Zaychik, so that's our famous phrase from last term. It's to be one is to be the other.
Good. What are we talking about?
To be the seeds is to be the foundation consciousness.
Good.
So this is basically a quote from the root text. He's repeating it. He's saying, to be the seeds, to be the foundation consciousness, or is it to be separate, or is it neither?
Okay. No. He concludes. This is his conclusion. It is the
Neither.
seeds. Yeah, the seeds are neither the same as the refrigerator, and they're not separate from the refrigerator either. That's Tsongkhapa's conclusion. The seeds in your mind are not your mind, and they are also not separate from your mind. That's his conclusion. Okay, they're not the same as your mind, and they're not separate from your mind. Ooh. Therefore,
Tenki that the basis of that consciousness.
good. Oh, the seeds are chik and tade kayandu madu.
Can never be appearing as one and the same, to be one singular or separate.
Okay, so therefore we can say they are, the madrup means they neither exist as the same thing as your mind, neither do they exist as something separate from your mind. Therefore, we can describe seeds as nupa.
As potential.
As potential. I love it. Okay.
Potential.
Yeah. So people are always coming up to me saying, Geshe-la, is the seed physical? No. Is it mental? No. Well, why isn't it mental? It doesn't what? Think. It's not conscious. It's not aware. Okay. Okay. It's just the potential. Okay. The seed is the possibility that you're going to be, that's just going to have an accident next week because you didn't loan it to people. Okay. The seed is the possibility that your car is going to break next week because you refuse to loan it to somebody. Okay. Got it? Cool.
Yeah, totally.
What's the status of those seeds? They are baklanya.
They're sleeping.
They're sleeping in potentiality. Baklanya means, they're just living in limbo. Maybe they will produce a result if you don't confess. Sorry, and maybe they won't produce a result if you do confess. They are baklanya. They are just living sort of a semi-existence underground of the mind, okay? In fact, they are just stuck here.
They're name only.
Yeah, they just exist in name only. You can't grab them, you can't point to them. They are an unspoken potential. Okay, that's really deep. That's really deep. All the seeds in your mind are maybe happens. All the seeds in your mind are maybe happens. Okay. All right. That is Anatole, we got to make a song. We could call the band Maybe Happens. I don't know. Okay. I'm always looking for a name for a band. I'm looking for a band first, but if I ever get one. All right. We got a quotation here. Let's go.
Chikedu, kunshi nampar shepe tang, kunne nyungmong pe, chutam cheki saben tedak chi, soso tade tam, onte tade pa mayin par ne shena.
Yeah, let me check something. Yeah, this is Pe. We can take the question mark off. Okay. By the way, this is a quotation from a Sangha, from the Abhidharma Samahayana Sangraha, the collection of the Greater Way. Here we go. What translate it? You can do it.
Okay.
Oh, Grandpa's gonna relax.
Okay. That's why the book says, Kunshi Nampa Shepa, Foundation Consciousness, Kunne Nyong Mong Pe Chu Tam Che, is where all the
No,
bad side
no,
of things come from.
It's a sentence with two subjects. The first subject is Kunshi number Shepa.
Foundation Consciousness and all bad things in the universe.
Yeah, all the seeds for all the bad things in the universe. Nice. Okay.
All the seeds, those. So each of those.
Yeah.
Why is it that each of those two things is not separate, or furthermore, is separate and furthermore
Good.
not separate?
Yeah. Okay. This refrigerator and all the billions of seeds which create all the crap in the universe, okay, are those separate or are they not separate? Shena? Okay.
Telanepa tedaktang setsu tadepa yang mayinte tami depa yang mayin mu ki kang tenjungwe tui kepar chen kunshi nampar shipa te shin dungyorwa la saban tamchepa shejao.
Good.
Okay. The te in this sense is the seeds and the kunshi, right?
Well, yeah, the de probably means kunshila. De la nepa de da.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I would read it. It and the things staying in it. Okay.
Okay. It and those things staying in it are of a separate substance, are separate.
Mayin.
They are not to be one, is not to be the other.
Good, yeah. So basically, they are not separate things. But tamide pa yang mayin. Triple negative.
One to be the other.
Yeah, neither are they something which is not separate. Okay, yeah. Neither are they separate, and neither are they something which is not separate. I'm losing your word.
We all know.
Yeah, everybody knows, okay? But Kang de Junwe tu Kepachin. The two, what's two? Nupa.
The mystical power.
Yeah, here it just means Nupa.
Yeah, the ability or
yeah, potential. Okay. Kepachin. Extraordinary potential. Okay. And that's what's staying in the kunshi. Okay. All right. That's all the seeds that you have. Okay. So somebody asked the Sangha, are the seeds the mind or they're separate from the mind? And he said, well, you can't really say they're either one. So what's their relationship to the mind then? Well, they exist inside the mind as potential, as extraordinary potential. Okay. You could flirt with reading this last line as they might even turn into the kunshi. Word, you still there?
Yes, sorry, my internet's a little unstable.
Yeah, okay. And there's the quotation. He read it pretty correctly. And here we go. Another quotation. Who we got there? Hassel, you want to hassle? I'm sorry. Do you want to check Word? I I think his.
Yes,
I think
my
his
internet
seed-
is also very weird tonight, but let's see.
Yeah, that's called mind-only internet. Okay, let's go.
Tain drelpa ton상tu 데이터 쪽 니깔라 양 니pa nangwe tela nipa tetak tang zetsu tadepa yang mayin chejawa la sokpa mute kunshi nampar shipala le te ni sheni jupa jawa mayinpa nam yino shejawe tunte shetang.
Dunto. Yeah.
Oh, dunto.
Yeah. Okay, good. So we're going to quote the commentary to Asanga, his collection of the Mahayana, right? And the commentary is called The Secret Meaning. And do you remember who wrote it?
There's some discrepancy, but we think it's Master Vasubandhu.
Yeah, the catalogs to the Tangyur says people in the past said it was Vasubandhu, but we doubt it. And they don't know who wrote it, but it's a good commentary and people always quote it. There are in Toknika.
There are positions.
There are problems.
Yeah, there are problems with both of these positions.
What's the two positions?
That the seeds are Tade or Tamidepa.
Yeah, that the seeds are the foundation consciousness or they are separate from the foundation. Both there's problems with both ideas. Therefore, de la nepa deda dang zesa tadepa yang mayan.
Therefore, how the seeds stay in the foundation consciousness.
Yeah, whether it is substantially the same with what's living in it, or it's not the same as what's living in it, meaning the seed. Okay.
I see. Yeah.
Okay. And he's quoting Asanga, and he says, "Look, Asanga said it's not. They are not. They are not separate substantially." Okay. He said they're not, etc. Okay. Kunshi namba shepa le deni sheni jopa jawa mayin. Okay.
It is you cannot say that the kunshi is an object which or a thing which differs from the seeds.
The seeds cannot be described, jopa jawa, as being essentially different, shenyi, from that foundation consciousness. You cannot describe the seeds as something which is essentially the same or something which is essentially different from the foundation consciousness. That's what Asanga is saying. Who said that? This guy, this commentator, okay?
Yeah.
So he says, the commentary says, I agree with Tsongkhapa. Why? Because Asanga was trying to say the seeds aren't really the mind, but the seeds aren't separate from the mind either, kunshi, okay? All right. Okay, word. Let's. Who's there? Adam, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Let's pick on this guy. Come on.
Hey.
Should I just read the one line again?
Yes, please, because I have a comment about it.
Okay. Yang de drelpar shejar lekyang.
Yeah. So do you understand my comment here, Word?
Yeah, I remembered this, and I remember we had some issue with it, and I remember reviewing the book and there was some confusion. So Shejar is another mind-only commentary. So this time, yeah.
So we made a mistake in the golden key. So now, Utpala, we have to talk about how to store mistakes for the next edition and how to fix the ebook immediately.
Oh, okay.
So
I do collect them for reprint, but
yeah,
Yeah,
so
we
they
should-
have to be collected somewhere there where if something happens to Geshe Michael or something happens to Upala or something happens to Word, that we know
Yeah.
that all the mistakes are written down somewhere. Because we will find mistakes in our books.
oh, we have found them, yeah.
Impossible. Okay.
Well, some
so we
people have
thought
that
that this
appearance.
we thought this was one book, but apparently it's two books. Okay. So here's the other commentary. By the way, Word, it sounds like it could be a commentary to Dunsong.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, here we go. Please read. Upala, correct him while you're there.
Good
Okay.
job.
Okay. 대탁 탕. 제추 타데파. 양 마yen 타미 데파. 양 마yen 느키 셰자와니.
Yeah, this is difficult syntactically, okay?
Mhm.
Are they one and the same or are they separate? Neither one, okay? What's the yin mu ki?
It's saying it should be my yin muki, right? But
Yeah.
admittedly,
Yeah, admittedly that's the case, but, okay,
mhm.
and now he's explaining those words. Keep going, Utpala, keep going. Let me push this down for you, Word. Here we go.
Okay,
Sorry,
no problem.
okay.
Okay. 타데 마yenpa le yang dakpar debe tulgi kunshi nampar shepala pakchak nam nepar jute nepar ki rangshin yinpe chiro.
Nice. It's not an easy sentence. It's a translation from Sanskrit, right? And let's try. Let's tackle it, okay?
Yeah.
Ta depa dan ta de mayembale depa for $50, Word.
Beyond.
Yeah. Can you say it again? And somebody has to turn their mic off. Somebody with a kid has to turn their mic off. Okay, go, Word.
Beyond or past?
Yeah. So what's it mean? Beyond what?
Beyond being separate or not being separate.
Nice. $50. Cash it in with Ellie. Okay. Venerable Ellie. Okay. Yeah, that's beautiful. What's the status of the seeds in your mind? They go beyond separate from the mind or not separate from the mind. Okay. But when we say japa, that they nepa as bakchak.
When we say that the that they stay, that they appear as potentials or
Yeah, when we describe the seeds in your mind as living as potential inside your mind, okay, we're just talking about a nupe kipper.
A feature of potentiality.
Nice, beautiful. Oh God, you're a real mind-only translator. All right.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna make you mystical. Okay, here we go. Ellie, your turn again. Bakchak.
Pakchak. Shejawa ni nupe ke parte nupa yang nupa chen tang teni tang shen shi chupar jawa mayino.
I'll give you the clue. I'll give you the key, okay? The golden key to understanding this. The Nupa, it's talking about the relationship between the Nupa and the Nupa Chen.
Right. The potential and the thing that holds the potential. That has
Nice, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Yeah. It's so when we say bakchak,
right. Shejawa. When we say bakchak, potentials, ni, what we're saying is nupe kepar, that feature of having a potential, te,
nice.
refers to nupa, potentiality, yang, and also nupa chen, the thing that holds the potential.
Good.
And that very thing, teni, and is shen shejawa, is not mayin, is nothing more than that we're calling it.
Yeah. So I'll read it for you.
Okay.
The potentiality, okay, this potential is neither something which can be described as being the thing which holds the potential itself, but neither can it be described as being other than the thing which holds the potential. Okay, cool.
Got it.
Whoa. It's neither kunshi nor not kunshi.
It's
Okay.
Epesul.
Mystical.
Uh,
One more sentence. Hopefully he's going to release us from this thing. I'll check you myself for free.
Teta ang pensun tade pamayin shen jiwa di sul shemayin pa de nupa chen your chene tapechero.
Yeah, there's a huge mistake here, which is misspelling the gyur. And luckily we have the tengyur, which has right spelling. Okay, right here, gyur. Okay, so that's a tough sentence. What's jiwa mean? Jiwa in the second line here.
Jiwa is a question, right?
Yeah, if you ask me, are they pensin tade or tade mayin?
Are they mutually exclusive, or are they just separate?
Yeah, or are they separate or are they not separate? Okay.
Are they not separate?
Okay. Di jiwa di tsu shen mayin pate. If it was me, word, let me check down here. Yeah, great. Aha. We corrected check this out. Okay.
Oh no,
Oh,
Big mistake.
that's huge.
And you got to study for 40 years before you can smell a mistake like that. Okay.
Did it
So-
seem weird? Did it seem weird to you?
Something was off. Something smelled bad. Okay. Do a question. To ask the question is Soshin Mayimba.
To ask the question is not
Yeah. You
it's
asked.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
To even ask it
Soshin
wrong.
Mayimba means it's wrong to start with.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Asking a question like that, are the seeds separate from the refrigerator or are the seeds the same as the refrigerator? You already asked a bad question. Soshin Mayimba. Why? It should be Nipa Chenki Gyur. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. All right. Try to read it. It's really hard. Okay. Nipa Chen.
The substance or the thing that is doing the causing.
I'm going to give you, this sentence is incredibly deep. Okay.
Hmm.
Nupa Chen means the thing which has the potential, right? Which means the kunshi, right?
Yeah.
The thing which is holding the potential, kunshi. And you got to ask yourself, okay. Dakpa is easy. What's that mean?
Name only or labeled.
Yeah, the word seed. The word seed is just a name that's put on. I don't know, which is just applied to now. This sentence is messy already. It's got big mistakes already. But I'll ask you, word. The word "gyu" here is here. Okay, "gyu" is here. The RGYU. It means cause, or it can mean the material of which something is made of.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Nupa Chen, like it's the stuff that becomes. So, yeah, it's like the original material or something.
Yeah, good. So there's like 3 ways you could read this last part, and they're all sexy and they're all important. Okay. So is there any sense in which the bakchaks are the gyu of the kunshi?
Yeah, bakchaks are the gyu of everything.
Yeah, the seeds turn into the refrigerator. Okay. The seeds turn into the refrigerator. Okay. So if you look at the seeds as being the stuff that the refrigerator is made of, then really you're just calling a part of the refrigerator a seed.
Yeah.
And it's all just words. It's all you can say seed, and you can picture it as like an orange seed sitting in a bowl or something. But don't forget that what we call seeds is really just the kunshi waiting to happen.
Exactly.
That's so sexy. That's so beautiful. Okay. So, we got to chew on this. And this sentence is unbelievable. Yeah. The seeds is just another name for kunshi waiting to happen that lives in the kunshi. Okay. All right. Cool. Whoa.
Whoa.
Okay. By the way, the author of that section, his name is Ngonyi Mepa.
Yeah, we found his name in Sanskrit. It's
What was it? A Baba or something?
Nisbaba, like not no.
Yeah, Nishbaba.
Nishbaba.
Yeah, the name of the guy who got so mystical here is Mr. What word?
Mr. Mystical. Mr.
Mr. No essence at all. Probably he's just trying to live up to his name. Probably his mom named him no reality at all, and then his whole life he was trying to prove it. So, I know. Okay. Do we have time to do more?
Yes.
We're okay. Let's keep going. I need somebody. I need Nick. Is Nick there?
Yeah, I'm right here again.
Okay. Please pick on him. Nobody's picking on him. It really depresses me.
She Trelwe na lopendi. Nupa takyu. Nupa chen ze yutu. Shebe chir pakchak tang. Kunshi namshi nitse tade mayin lopa.
Dokpa.
Lopa. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ndopa. Kick my in che chelne te ni ze chik ndopa. Tade tun dupani shungluk shengi chuke chukpa chukpe narang ke matunpa yino.
This is tough. Okay. What's Jalwa?
To comment upon?
Yeah. This kind of this guy writing this commentary, who's Mr. No Self Nature, okay, Lopen D, he's saying the Nupa is only Takya and the Nupa Chen is Zeya.
The potential is nothing more than a label or mere label thing, and
Good.
the thing that holds the potential
Nice.
has the substance.
Yeah. Who believes Shepa means he accepts that? Okay. Who's okay? This Lopen could be, I'd have to study it, but it could be a Sangha. Okay. Our writer believes that a Sangha's position is that the seeds are just nominal entities. They exist only in name, but the thing which holds them exists substantially. Okay. Therefore, how can you discuss whether they are separate or the same? Okay. You've got one thing that doesn't have any real reality. It's just a name. It's just a name. And then you've got another thing which has a real reality that's supposed to be holding it. So how can you compare them? Okay. Bakchaktan kushin namshenyi zeta de mayin. Okay. He says zeta de mayin.
They're not separate.
They're not separate, and they're also not dopa chick for $100.
They are not the opposite of everything. They are not.
$100. Okay, collected from Miss Ellie. Okay. Yeah, which means they are not separate and they are not the same. But he said the same in a very sexy way. He said all that they are not. The opposite of all they are not. Okay. Luckily, we studied Adam's first book. Okay, got it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the commentary he's writing. Look, they're not separate, and neither are they the same thing. Okay, they need zechik dopata de dupani. What's zechik dopata de word for $100? What's the famous place where Geshe Michael learned this word?
They are, well, Zaychik means to be, one is to be the other.
Nah, come on.
It's
I
at
know that's
the-
funny.
It's on the road to Washington, D.C. when
The
Yeah.
you're
same
talking to
stuff,
Ken
same
Rinpoche.
stuff, different package.
Nonsense.
It's the
Who's-
same stuff, but a different package.
All right, $50 for Nick, $50 for Adam. Okay.
I thought this when you learned Chuma, Genla.
Nah, actually, the actual place was Freehold, New Jersey, which is the home of
It's a
What's his name?
7-Eleven. right?
Bruce Springsteen. And yeah, it was in the 7-Eleven. Rinpoche he tried to find something because he was hungry, because we spent 3 hours in the dentist. And he said, this whole store is full of
Zaychik Dopadade.
the same crap in different packages.
Got it. Cool.
The same crap with different identities, right?
Mhm.
And okay, so some people said what this guy is saying is the mind and the seeds are zechik dopatade. They're the same stuff in different packages. Okay.
We're at time, boss.
Okay, I'll just read this last sentence. Shungluk Shengi Chuke Chukbena. These people are bringing in expressions from other schools. Okay, which is what school? Who talks
way.
about that? Yeah, no, it's a sutra,
Sutras.
right? Logic school. First of all, these people are mentioning an idea that comes from the logic schools, which proves they don't even understand their own language.
Right.
Tumba means to be fluent, okay?
Mm.
Tumba means to be fluent, okay? So those people who say that this commentary means the seeds and the kunshi are the same crop in different packages. First of all, they're mixing in another school. Second of all, they don't even know this school.
Mm,
Cool.
got it.
And
What's-
now, Stanley, I'll give you $100 if you can tell me why the next sentence is going to be important next class.
The Shenyang one?
Yes, $100. I'm not waiting all night. I'm going to go eat dinner.
Maybe it's about Vasubandhu and Abhidhamma.
Second chapter of the Abhidhamma Kosha.
Yeah, okay, you failed, Stanley. You just lost
Oh.
$100. That'd be enough to buy gas for your new car. Listen, this proves that there's a connection between you and Word. Okay? Because
Oh, no.
the next sentence, he's going to quote your second chapter,
Yay.
which is exactly what you're working on nowadays.
Yeah. I just don't know why he wants
No,
to.
neither do I, but we'll find out.
Thanks, Geshe-la.
All right, handsome. I'll see you guys later. I'm going to go eat some frozen macaroni. Yay.
Thank you.
Yum.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Geshe-la.
Geshe-la. Thanks,
I love
everybody.
you guys.
Thanks, Word.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Have a good
I'll see
night.
I'll
See you guys in the morning,
bright and early.
bright and early. Don't forget to bring your yoga mat.
Yeah.
And there'll be a Q&A session tomorrow morning with Ben Kramer, for those of you interested.
Mm.
He's going to ask people what poses John Brady did, right?
It's before that, actually.
Anyway.
All right. All right. Good night, y'all.